right, ladies and gentlemen. Um, okay, we are recording. I'm gonna go ahead and mute just so that we can help the background noise. But there's only a few of us. If you guys have a question, just unmute yourself. Like I want you to learn. Okay, so if I'm going too fast, if you don't understand something, don't worry. Like just unmute yourself, ask a question, or down at the chat, you can ask that way as well. So let me go ahead and mute everyone. Just to keep down on the background noise. I'm going to be sharing my screen, so you're going to want to be able to look, and I'm going to show you where to find it. And also know, if you don't understand everything by the end of today, it's okay. I promise you will. If I can understand it, anybody can understand it. I still struggle to do math in my head. So it's not that hard. Let me just say it this way. And I'm going to go over the chart, but Plexus pays us basically in two buckets, okay? Think of it as you get paid from your customers and your ambassadors. There are 11 different ways that we get paid, which is super exciting. I'm telling you, this company pays so well, but it's like in two buckets, customers, ambassadors, okay? So let's get right to it. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I probably should have pulled it up beforehand, and I'm sorry I didn't, but I'm going to get to, maybe I should, hold on. Let me get it up before I share my screen. Okay, there we go. Trying to make it smaller. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to share my screen because I want you to show you how I got there. So let me go ahead and do it one more time. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my website, okay? If I can. All right, let's open a new thing. I'm just going to my website. My computer is a little slow, so I do want to apologize in advance. I definitely need a new one. Okay, I'm just going up here to Ambassador Preferred Customer Login. We're all going to pray that my computer cooperates. Alrighty. Okay, so now here is, your dashboard. I'm going to go to Tools, okay? This is where I'm going to find anything you literally ever want to know about Plexus is here. Like, it's all here. And you guys, I should have done this a long time ago. I'm more of a trial and error kind of girl. So, but you can, like, ladies that just joined, like, do this training plan by all means. It'll tell you all about it. But I'm going to go to Tools and I'm going to go to Library. Okay. And now here's a resource library. I just want to show you one more thing before we go all the way down. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, okay, all the way down, it says Other Knowledge Base. This little baby is like seriously tons of information right there. So just so you know, that's there, because I feel like that should be highlighted a little bit better. Like anything you wanted about the product, like everything. So this is very, like, just lots of information. When I was learning, I just made it a point that my goal was to learn one thing each day, because it can be overwhelming. I mean, look at this. There's a ton of information. Just know I am very, I don't know if you know the color personalities, I'm very blue. I don't like to read lots of crazy things. Like, just tell me quickly and let's go. That's how I am. I am not a deep research. So I'm just giving you that to know if I can do it, anybody can. So let's see. We're going to go to the compensation plan. So right here, compensation. Now there's two different ways. Those of you who are, and there are people like my husband, he wants to read every nitty-gritty detail. And if you want that, it is right here for you, okay? You just go right here and it is like lots of pages of lots of information. But I mean, see if I can pull it up here. There's picture, there's color. It's not like that boring. But anyway, it's just, here it is. If you want to, anything you miss, if you're one who loves research, this is where you find it, okay? We're going to go through the chart though, because this is long and I'm not going to do that. But everything I'm going to teach you, they've also put in a little chart. So that's where we're going to start right here. So we're going to go over the summary chart, okay? So you guys saw where I got that? If you want, maybe print one of these out. I have like several of these just around just so I know I can refer back to it. But when I first saw this chart, I was like, what is this? It looks crazy, right? It's not, I promise. And once we go through it, you're going to be like, oh, I get it. It's going to be easy. But so let's just go through it. So here are the ranks, okay? If you joined yesterday, you know, which you did, Kwana joined yesterday, then you're an ambassador. You paid your membership. Awesome job. There you go. So that's what that box is. So each one of these little boxes. So senior ambassador, here's what a senior ambassador means. And Tracy, you want to pay attention to your senior ambassadors. I actually need to as well. This means they have 2 personally sponsored people on their team. So right now, Yolanda has 1 ambassador. When you get 1 more, you're going to be a senior ambassador. And basically that means, woohoo, 1 more, you're almost over. But for me as a leader and as having a team member, like Yolanda, you're going to want to pay attention to Kwana, because you want, once she has 2, you can encourage her. Oh my goodness, you just need 1 more. So that's kind of all that is like 1 more. And in your back office, which I can show you later too, it'll list like how to find on your team who's what. Okay, so silver is our first promotion. And for silver, all you need is, here it tells you right here, personally sponsored, here's this word, qualified. And we're going to talk about what that means. Qualified ambassadors. You need 3 qualified ambassadors that you personally sponsored. So what that means is they went to your website. So for instance, Yolanda is, let's just say she's my level 1. She is somebody I personally sponsored. Kwana is her level 2. So Tracy is actually my level 2 as well, because Stacy is a friend of mine. Stacy joined under my website. She's my level 1. And then Tracy joined under her, so she's my level 2. And then her mom, Mary, is my level 3. So does that make sense? So it does not count if all I had on my team was Stacy, Tracy, and Mary. I am not silver because I did not personally sponsor 3. Does that make sense? Like, so for instance, let's say I only sponsored Stacy, but she signed up this total rock star, Tracy, who just signed up like 45 people. Guess what? I don't get paid for all of that because I'm not silver. Do you know what I mean? That's what I love about this company, because you get paid for the work that you do. You can actually pass the person above you, which is not the same in many other companies. So I really, really love that. So you need 3 personally sponsored people. And when you do, if we follow this chart over here, you guys can see my arrow, I think, right? Then you get a $100 bonus. And so the way we get paid, you're going to see that. So Yolanda, you sign up 2 more people, then net on, let's say, on March. So April 15th, everything we did for March, we get paid April 15th for the most part. There is one way we get paid on Fridays, and we'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, 10 out of 11 ways we get paid is monthly. There's one way we get paid weekly. But so for instance, we just got our paycheck. Tracy, you probably just got your first paycheck. We just got paid. You know what I love about our company? They actually paid us 2 days early. We got paid on Monday, which was so nice. They're supposed to pay the 15th, but they, a lot of times they'll pay us early, and they did. So I just got a huge, lovely 5-figure check on Monday. How awesome is that? Seriously. So every month.
I actually got 2 checks in a row. That's where I'm confused, and I'll hold my questions for the end.
Okay.
But I got paid yesterday and the day before yesterday.
Here, I do know why, because we get paid weekly as well. So there are sometimes, you'll get paid twice in the same day. It's just the way the calendar falls. So it's supposed to be every Friday that we get paid, but honestly, they usually pay us early, and sometimes it's on Wednesday. Yeah, it's just, and I don't know, when I first joined, it was always Friday, and it was always the 15th. But then for some reason, they're like, we got it, here you go. So lately, it really has been closer to the 13th and Wednesday. But, I guess that's just what it is. But that's why you got your weekly check for Wednesday, and you got your monthly check on Monday, because it was close to the 15th. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we'll talk about the weekly checks in a second. Okay, but anyway, silver right here, you guys. How many of us have influence over 3 people? I mean, I was silver, honestly, I think the day after I joined Plexus. I was like, okay, I know my mom will do this with me. I know my mother-in-law, and surely I can get one friend. And I did. I actually think I got 3 or 4 people. But I turned silver before my products even came. Not everyone's going to be like that, and I totally understand that. But I'm just showing you that it is possible. So, Yolanda, you're actually going to get paid. Oh, well, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. She's going to get her Friday check next Friday for the first time, and she just joined. So after you join, that you can get a check as early as the next Friday. Okay, so let's keep going through here though. I love the chart because it does keep me on track. So now once you're silver, okay, I always try to just look at the next goal. If I'm just joining and I'm already looking at diamond, yes, I want to make that my long-term goal, but that can be overwhelming. What I do is I always look at the next thing. Okay, what's the next thing? I'm silver now. I've got my 3 people. Now what? Now how do I get to gold? And here's how you get to gold, okay? You need to have at least 3 personally sponsored people, okay? So just like before, if I only signed Stacy and Tracy was a rock star, sad for me, they get to be gold, I don't. So I at least need 3 people, okay? But now look at this box. This is the box that is by far the most exciting box. This is where my biggest money comes from. However, I feel like it could be the most confusing. So try to stay with me here, and if you need me to slow down, I will. So look right here. It says Plexus points required in your organization, 100. Okay? Here is how you get a point. Let's jump down just for now to this little box right here. Okay? This is Plexus points earned by a level. Like we said before, Stacy is my level 1, Tracy is my level 2, Mary is my level 3, and does Mary have an ambassador? Is Buzz her ambassador? Okay, and Buzz is my level 4. Okay? So every single time, oh, we forgot to talk about qualified. Okay, let's talk about qualified now. Every single time Stacy, Tracy, Mary, or Buzz has $100 go through their website. So they got their product, they joined last month, now they're getting their products, or maybe they joined this month, but they got a new customer. It doesn't matter if it's a customer or if it's their own order, does not matter. It doesn't matter if they have 100 or if they have 5,000 PV. It does not matter. All it matters to them. But for me, all it matters for me is that they have $100 go through their website. And when they have 100 PV, that's personal volume, it's a little bit less than the dollar. So like if you have if you spend $113, you may have like 110 PV. I don't know the exact, but it's just always just a tiny bit less, not too much less. So it's not dollar, it's PV. So once they have 100 PV, I get 5 points. So I'm getting 5 points for Stacy, Tracy, and Mary. Now, Buzz is my level 4, so I'm only getting 4 points for Buzz. Buzz's uncle joins, I'm getting 3 points for him. And if that uncle signs up his daughter, I don't know, I get, you know what I mean? So my level's 5, I get 3 points, 6, 2.7, 1 point, okay? That's where these points come from. So now let's look back here where it says qualified, okay? To be silver, you need 3 qualified people. That's how they become qualified, if they have $100 go through their website. Now, to be silver, let's say I know Quana, it's her first month, and Yolanda, they both just joined. So they may not get a customer. I mean, they can, we're going to help them. But if they don't, then they still count because it's their first month. So they got a welcome pack. That's the thing. If Quana did not get a welcome pack, or if Yolanda did not get a welcome pack, then I don't get anything from them. Like I don't get it doesn't count. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not qualified because they don't have a welcome pack. So if they don't have a welcome pack or they don't have 100 PV, they are not qualified and they do not count as one of my 3. Now let's say both of them, they did get a welcome pack, and they did, but this month they just joined right now. They do not have $100 through their website over their welcome pack. Like, because that welcome pack money counts for something else, and we're going to talk about that in a second. That does not count toward their PV. Your welcome pack does not count toward your PV. It does make you qualified if you're new, but it does not count toward these points. So Tracy, if you added 10 people this month and they all got welcome packs, but they don't get any customers and they don't order another 100, then they will probably count for you next month, not this month. if that makes sense. Now, if they all get a customer, that counts. So if Yolanda gets a customer, not an ambassador, Quana joined her team. She's not Quana's welcome pack or Quana sales does not count toward Yolanda. It counts toward Quana's. Okay, does that make sense?
I have a
Like I'm getting a
question.
little confused. Yes, go ahead, Tracy.
Okay, so I sign up Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila gets the welcome pack. I don't get points or anything on that. I
No.
only get points on the next 100. So I
Yes.
would get points for, say I just signed up Sheila. I would get points for March as long as it was before the 15th of March and she either ordered another $100 worth of products or somebody else signed up through her and ordered $100 worth of products, then I would get paid for that March 15th. Is that true?
No, almost true, but not the dates. So we
Okay.
go by months. Okay, we get paid on the 15th. That's the only time the 15th matters. That's just when our
Okay.
paycheck comes in. But everything you do for the whole month of
Okay.
March. So you won't get, so everything we did in February, we
Mhm.
got paid in March. Everything we do in March, we will get paid for in April.
So April's going to be a better month for me
Yes.
because
Yes.
my husband was like, really? You did a lot. And I said, we
Oh
got to wait
yeah.
for it, I think. We have to wait for it.
Yeah, everything because and also you've probably been getting bigger weekly checks though too. So don't forget about those weekly
A little
checks.
bit. That one was because I had like the Rockstar week, but
Yeah. But so everything you do this month and when all those people, because you honestly, you pretty much really started your business in February, right? Like that's when you started really killer recruiting people,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So all those people that you joined, you got weekly checks for them,
Mhm.
but not until this month, okay? So this month when all of those people get their products again and you have all of their backup orders on. So you're
Mhm.
going to get all of those points. Then everything we do for March, that counts for March and you'll get paid April 15th. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like you're most likely going to hit gold this month. Like I'm going to look at your stuff with you and you're going to have a huge check on April 15th because you're going to get all of those points and you're going to get that bonus. Okay, we're
Awesome. I
getting
can
ahead of.
pay you back, Dad.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I've confused you guys. I hope not. But so anyway,
Yeah,
that's what
sorry.
those
I'm gonna
points
mute
are.
myself. Sorry.
No, it's okay. And ladies, if you have questions too, I'm here for you. Like I want to help you understand. So I don't want to like go through it and you're like, wait, what? So ask, please. I don't mind at all. Um, so anyway, but I wanted to explain these points to you. So um every time they have $100 go through their website over their welcome pack, you get points. Okay? So basically, to be gold, you need you need 20 people on your team, and it doesn't have to be all you sponsoring 20 people. It could be on your team. You need 20 people um, who all have $100 through their website over the welcome pack. Okay? So all those new people that you signed, Tracy, if they get a customer, if they order again this month, then they can count. But you have to have you have to get 100 points. Okay, here's the other very exciting thing. 1 point, you're like, what is a point? Okay, the point is profit sharing. For math's sake, we're going to say it's $3. It averages $3. I think this last month it was 2.9 something. So it's usually $3. I've seen it $3.25. Whatever it is, it depends on the sales of the company. But it's going to be, you get $3. So look at this. When you hit gold, Tracy, you're going to have 100 points, okay? At least 100 points. You're going to get $300 right there. You see that? Because 1 point is worth $3. You get $300 plus, scoot over here, a one-time achievement of $250. So this does not even include any of your customers. This is literally just like one way we're getting paid right here. Well, two. Points and bonus, okay? So you're going to get $550 minimum when you hit gold, minimum, because you're also going to have customers and different things factor. So that hitting gold is a huge deal and it's exciting. But let's look, we're going to skip this for just a second. Now, to be senior gold, you need 250 points. Again, I'm not great at math, but luckily I know this one. You divide that by 5 points-ish, it's about 50 people on your team, okay? So once you, and guys, I know it's like, oh, that sounds like a lot. The day I joined, the girl I joined under, she had a team of 73 people, and I remember being like, are you kidding me? I cannot even fathom 73 people on my team. That's crazy. I don't even know 73 people. Like, I just was like blown away by that. I've got over 2,000 people on my team now. It grows because you do the power of 3. Get your people to silver. I don't know 2,000 people, but who you know 200 and you know 200, you know what I mean? Like, everyone knows 3, so it multiplies. So get them to silver, okay? So anyway, so when you hit senior gold, again, goodness, I should bring out my calculator. One of these points is worth $3, and then you get the $350 bonus. When you hit ruby, 500 points, you get $500. This is a one-time bonus. So that ruby check is pretty awesome. Senior ruby check is super awesome because you get 750 points. So multiply that times 3. Any math gurus here? I'm not one of them. You want to break out a calculator? There you go. Then add 750. I mean, this is minimum. Everyone's check is more than this because there's more ways we get paid. Okay. So then you look down here. Okay. Now here's where we get emerald, sapphire, and diamond. These are what we call a jewel. There are so many perks when you become a jewel. I mean, it's crazy. They treat you like royalty at events. It's almost embarrassing, but it's really nice. So once you hit emerald, sapphire, and jewel, all kinds of really awesome things happen. But you're looking over here and you're like, wait a minute, what happens? They don't get a bonus? Oh no, don't feel bad, I promise you. It is no longer a one-time bonus. You need $1,500, $100, 1,500 points. I hit this last January. So January 2016 is when I hit emerald. I hit 1,500 points. So multiply that's what, $4,500. That's nice, right? But then you look over here, share in the emerald pool, share in the sapphire pool, share in the diamond pool. Okay. When I hit emerald, because I at least had 1,500 points, then I got 3% of the company's earnings. Okay, but let me tell you how they break it down, because this is actually really cool and very unlikely in network marketing. And I know Buzz has done network marketing, so maybe he can understand. I mean, he could probably explain some things to us, definitely more than I could. This is my first experience, but the way that I understand this is the way it works. Like, everything that comes into Plexus, like, we are close to being $1 billion company, okay? So they take the whole thing and they take 50%, okay? That 50% goes back to the company. That's theirs to do with whatever. Okay. Then they have the other 50%. 50% of Plexus profits go back to ambassadors. That is very rare. So out of that, the first 50 went there. So out of this 50, the top 5%, so that, out of the second 50, that they take 5% of that and they divide it among the jewels. So if you're emerald, you get 3% of that profit split among the emerald, sapphires, and diamonds, because sapphires and diamonds get part of it too. So if you're like me, you're like, okay, what does that mean? It's about $2,000. It varies, but it's usually about $2,000. Just because I'm emerald, that I get $2,000. I mean, are you kidding? That's amazing. I'm like, and that's every single month. And then when I hit sapphire, I get another 1%, and that's usually about $1,500-ish. I always ask. I'm so rude, I know. I'll ask my friend when I'm like, what'd you get? What's the sapphire pool? And then when you hit diamond, you get the same thing, emerald, sapphire, and diamond pool. So this is usually about $2,500 because there's not as many diamonds and it's split among the diamonds. So it's very awesome. So once you hit emerald, you get, not all these points, like my points are crazy, but I get to be part of this pool. Let's take a peek at this right here, okay? Remember we talked about you can pass the person in front of you? And like, that's the cool thing about our company is you get paid for what you do. You don't get, like, you work so hard and the person above you, like, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, you help the people above you, but everybody needs to work. So This right here says points outside primary leg. Do you remember when I said if Stacy, if she's the only one I signed, and then Tracy joined and she became a rock star and she signed all these people and her team just really grew? Well, Tracy can hit gold, but if I don't have at least 15 points outside of Tracy's leg, like if she's the one that's growing and her team's growing, she's considered my strongest leg. Does that make sense? Like she's got the most people. She's my level 1 and her team is my strongest on all my little teams. So that's called your strongest leg. Okay, your primary leg, I guess. So Tracy, I would need, in order for me to be gold, I need at least 5, 10, 15, 3 other people that are not on Tracy's team but are on my team. Does that make sense? Like for instance, Tracy's on my team and Yolanda's on my team, but you guys aren't on each other's team. You know what I mean? You're called sidelines, but you're both my downline because you're both on my team. So because I signed Stacy. So you need same thing all the way down here. So it tells you when I hit Emerald, I needed 1,500 points, but I had to have at least 75 points besides my strongest person. Because if Tracy hit Emerald all the way and I didn't do anything else, or Stacy didn't do anything else, she couldn't. She could be Emerald, and it happens many times. People have hit Emerald, but their upline has not. Celeste Gwen, who is like the top person of our company, you wouldn't even believe me if I told you her paycheck. Her sponsor is awesome. But the girl above her is a Sapphire ambassador. She doesn't have at least 700 points outside of Jen, which is crazy to think that they're the top people and she's not even diamond. You know what I mean? And there's like literally 50 something diamonds under Celeste, but her second person above her isn't even a diamond. It's crazy. So you can pass the people above you, okay? Do you have any questions about that section? This is all about ranking up and how to promote in the company. Any questions about that section? Because this is not the only way you can make money.
I think I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. I sort of got lost at the primary leg thing.
Okay.
So, I think it's because I was trying to take notes. I need to stop taking notes. So you need, like you said, for Emerald, you need 375 points. Points needed outside of primary leg. So one person can't carry you over the finish line, is what it is.
Right.
So you need 375 points combined from all your other level 1s.
Yeah. Now let's say like Stacy is a hard worker. She's got a ton of level 1. She really does. But she has you and she's got Julie McNeely Julie's a Ruby and you're super strong. So let's say, she's not going to do this. She's a very hard worker. But for instance, let's say Stacy's like, you know what? I'm not ever going to work again. You know, if you and Julie kept going, she could still make it to the top because she's got both of you. You know what I mean? So because Julie is her strongest leg, but if you come along, and she already had, like Stacy's a senior Ruby, so Julie didn't just carry her because she's got tons of other people as well. But if she didn't have anyone else and then you came along, now she's got 2. So that's okay. You know, you at least have to have 2 strong legs. But it is better, in my experience, and anyone will tell you this, you want to go and this is cool with the company, you can go as wide as you want. You can have as many, some companies actually cap you, like you can only have a certain level 1s. You can add as many people, like literally the sky is the limit. I probably have recruited over 200 people personally, which is very rare. And you're probably like, well, why aren't you double diamond by now? I don't know. Everyone's different. And you just keep going. But I'll tell you, if it took 10
years. So you
years,
have 200 level 1s? Roughly?
Not active. At one point I probably only have like 70 right now because not everybody has stayed with it. But you know, I take everything as a learning process, and I feel brand new myself. It's only been 3 years for me, and I'm telling you, I was a much different teacher year 3 than I was year 8. But the reason why I'm going to make it to the top is because I will never stop learning, I will never stop trying, and I will never stop being passionate. That is literally all it takes. Like, there's no stopping my belief, and there's no stopping me. So I don't care if it takes another 5-10 years, and it's not going to, but I'm just saying, like, that's really all it takes. But anyway, so let's see. Okay, so any more questions about that part of it? This is how you rank up. Do you understand the primary leg now? You think you
I
got
do.
it?
Mhm.
Ladies, do you have any questions? You good? Okay. If this is over, let me just tell you, girls, you're amazing for being on here, because I didn't know any of this. And I mean, I didn't know. I was just like, okay, just sign up, people. But so let me just tell you, you do not have to build a team in order to make money with Plexus. This is how you make the biggest money. You're not going to make 6 figures most likely unless you're doing this. So you do want to build a team, but here you can also make money. So my friend Amber, the one I joined under, Amber, when her first paycheck, this is the whole reason I joined Plexus, because I was struggling financially, and not everybody's like that. Most people start for the products. I wanted the products, but I didn't want the product to work and then me not be able to afford it. And I wouldn't have ever given it a chance if I didn't realize you can make your money back, because I didn't have any extra money. So Amber told me she made $1,100. And I was like, whoa, okay. If she can make $1,100, it means it's possible. I'm going to figure it out. But here's the thing. Amber had one ambassador her first month, just one. And so she didn't even have any points or anything. None of this applied to Amber. She was not silver, nothing. But she made $1,100. So I thought at that time, I was like, that sounds like $1 million. Like, I had nothing. So here's how she made $1,100. She had a lot of customers, okay? So your team does not count toward your PV. Every team member who joins as an ambassador, they do not count toward your PV. They count toward their own PV. The thing that counts toward your PV, your personal volume, is your purchases. So it's cool. We get paid on our own purchases. Very cool. And your customers' purchases. That's it, okay? So when somebody joins, we're gonna look at this little, where's the box down here? We're gonna skip around for a minute, okay? We're gonna look at this box right here. Can you guys see it? So 0 to 99 PV, that's personal volume, goes to the company. So that first $100, that's why they're not commission qualified yet, that goes to the company, okay? You get paid everything over $100. That's why we'll say, oh, you're so close to making a paycheck. Like if they're close to $100. So 100 to 499 PV, you get 15% of that, which is nice. Okay, awesome. Once you hit 500 PV, then you're going to get 25% commission. So I've never had less. I think one time, I think it was last September, I had less than 1,000 PV. I always have high PV because I'm always adding customers too. You want to have customers. If somebody's unsure, I say try it as a customer.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
So I think I only have one customer. Everybody is an ambassador.
Okay.
So when it says my PV is, I don't even know what it is now. It says like 2,000 whatever.
Your PV wouldn't be 2,000 if you don't have any customers, unless
Maybe
you bought $2,000 worth of product. It might say OV, organizational volume.
maybe.
It might be OV. OV means you don't get
Am
paid
I
on your
not
OV.
making 25% then? The only way you make
No.
25% is if you have customers.
Yes. Yes. So, but hold on, listen. Yes, you're right. So if Amber, so let's say she only had customers, okay? So Amber had about her first month, because she actually had a huge weight loss testimony. She was a customer herself for like 9 months. So she lost like 50 pounds. When she lost 50 pounds, everybody was like, what are you doing? And then she started posting on Facebook about it. She had 20 customers her first month. So she got 25% of that, okay? But look up at this little chart up here. Here's another way we get paid with our customers. You always, 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 always want them to be a preferred customer. I never ever have a retail customer unless they go to my website without me knowing. Sometimes that happens. But for the most part, when somebody wants to be a customer, I always tell them choose preferred because you are going to save $5 to $10 per product. But also, I don't tell them this necessarily, but I get a bonus every month, not just one time. So if I have a customer, my friend Carol is my customer. She orders for the last 3 years very consistently. So every month she's ordering the triplex. Look, not only am I getting 25%, but I'm also getting $20 on top of that every month. So for myself, okay, let's say I have 1,000 PV. If I have 1,000 PV, I just know in my head it's going to be like $550, which is great. Like you want $550, right? Amber's first paycheck was $1,100. But here's the thing. You know what Amber's paycheck is now? Amber gets close to paid $25,000 every month. You know why? She's a diamond. She's built a team. Do you see what I mean? Like my very first month, Tracy, I had 11 ambassadors. Wait. Yeah, I had 11 ambassadors and like 10 customers, I think. Okay, that was my first month. So when I heard that, I didn't understand I had no idea how we got paid. All I knew, I was like, oh my goodness, I have 10 customers and 11 ambassadors. Amber made $1,100 and she only had one ambassador. I'm gonna make like $2,000. Like I thought for sure I was told my mom, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I think I'm going to make like $2,000. I got my paycheck and it was $750, which is awesome. I mean, I had nothing before, but I was disappointed because I didn't understand. And I was like, so I said that to Amber, and I said, I just don't understand. Like, how many ambassadors did you have? She said, I had one. She's like, but I had 20 customers. And so for her, if you have 20 customers, I mean, it's almost like 55% if they're all preferred, because because you add up all these little parts. That's just how it works out if they're preferred. So you're getting 25%, but you're getting a bonus. Now here's the thing though, that one ambassador that she signed didn't give her any points. She didn't get anything that first month. But here's the thing, my 11 ambassadors, it was my first month. Only 3 of them had $100 over their welcome pack. So I was silver, yay. I got 5, 10, 15 points. So that's $45. So for my very first month, I got like $550-ish from my customers, and I got $45 from my ambassadors. Okay? Do you see that? Because none of them qualified yet. They were all just new. And it didn't make it. So that's why. But then I did win a contest. I love contests. I won a contest for $500. So if you ever hear me say my first paycheck was $1,200, it's because I won that contest as well within our team. But now think about this, okay? I still always have $550 for my customers. It's typically what my paycheck is for the last 3 years. It varies here and there, but it's the average. But now as an Emerald Ambassador, I'm not getting $45 anymore. I'm getting close to, I mean, it just comes out, you could do the math here, but it comes out close to like $9,000 because of I'm very close to Sapphire. I've been hovering around Sapphire for a long time. So my points have gone as high as 2902 we've had some rough times and they've gotten to 2200. So it just kind of varies in there depending on who orders that month or whatever. But anyway, so that's where I hover. So to multiply that times 3, plus I've always gotten my Emerald Pool bonus. Do you see what I mean? So it is better to have ambassadors, but it's almost like that thing where would you rather have $100 every day, or would you rather have a penny and then multiply it and then multiply the next day? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. But I try to have a balance because the most crushing thing in this business is when somebody joins your team but they don't have 100 PV. So let's say Quana, she joined under, sorry. Okay, so Yolanda, so say you joined under Yolanda and you only got the ProBio 5 next month from your own website. That's awesome for you because you saved $5, but Yolanda won't get anything. You won't get commission on that because she's not your customer, and you're not going to get any points from that because she's not your because she doesn't have 100 PV. So I can't tell you how many, we call them a white line. And so it's hard. So you want to kind of qualify people. If somebody's not willing to be committed or have at least $100 go through their website, then they're going to be my customer, not my ambassador. Does that make sense? So I used to too, just sign everyone as an ambassador, but I've learned that not everyone's qualified to be an ambassador. And you don't have to build a business. I have lots of ambassadors who love their triplex. They order every month. They do not want to build a business, and that's okay. I do not pressure those people. I am literally a run with the runner kind of girl. So if you, like Tracy, I am more than excited to pour my time and energy into you because you are working, and I will try my best. Like Yolanda, I will do everything in my power to help you, but I will match your effort. You know what I mean? So I have a couple people who just joined me and I can't get a hold of them, and it breaks my heart for them, but I literally don't have time to chase people. I'll invite them to stuff and I'll try, and I try really hard to get a hold of them, but after a little bit, it's your business. Like, no one is going to do this for you. You've got to plug in and do it. So it's up to you. So anyway, that's what this is, the preferred bonus. So that's mostly how you get paid as customers, okay? There's a couple little extra stuff here that we'll go over, and then I'll stop for questions. So your whole team, okay, it says retail override commissions. This is your level 1. So Tracy, let's say you've got 50 level 1s. You get, or it doesn't matter if you have one level 1 or 50. So let's use you girls as an example. Yolanda, you're going to get 5% of everything Quana does. So my whole team, all of my level 1s, I get 5% of their PV. So they get 25 or 15%, I get 5. And the funny thing is, I always forget about that. I'm like, oh, I just got another $400. Thanks, guys. Like, I don't even, it's not your whole team. It's not your OV. Your OV is your organization. That's all of your sales. It's just your level 1s. Okay? So let's talk real quick about these 2 boxes, and then I'll stop for questions. I think we went through all of them. Here's your Friday checks, okay? The building, they don't really make it hard to say, business building bonuses, okay? So when you get that welcome pack, this is why you don't get points in a welcome pack. This is where the welcome pack money goes. When you get the welcome pack, half the pack is paid to ambassadors. So for instance, if you get somebody that gets a $199 welcome pack, they get the bigger one, you're getting $50 for your level 1s. If they get the 99 one, you're going to get $25. So Yolanda is going to get $25 next Friday because Quana joined. Now, if she gets 2 more people, she's going to hit silver, and she's going to get $75 next Friday. She's not going to get that $100 bonus until the 15th of next month, okay? But next Friday, she'll get $75. Now, if she has 10 people join this week, which is more than possible, then, that's how you get it. But here's the cool thing. It goes up for to the next 3 qualified ambassadors upline, respectively. So, so Tracy, you're going to get, the 50%. Stacy's going to get 25% of that, and I'm going to get 15% of it, and then my sponsor Amber is going to get 10%. So it really adds up because you're getting a portion of basically your level 1 through 4s people they join. Does that make sense there with your Friday checks? Anyone have a question about that one? Okay. So that's why we get paid on Friday. And then you'll see on Tuesdays we get the Plexus Scoop. They'll usually have a leaders board, and it'll say most building business bonuses. Those are the people who have the highest bonuses. One time, my bonus, the highest I've ever had, was a $600 check for the week. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be on the leaders board. I just want to be on that leaders board so bad. And I wasn't. I was like, what are these people making a month? Like, I just don't get it. But anyway, so that was that. Okay. And here's the other one. And ladies, this can totally apply to you. I'm only going to tell you this because I really wish somebody would have told me this. I did not know about it, and I'm telling you, I would have done it. I know I would have if I would have known. Okay. But here, let me preface this and say, do not let it overwhelm you. If this doesn't excite you, forget I said it, because don't overwhelm you. Get to silver. Everybody can get to silver. Just get 3. But for me and for Tracy, we are like we're going to come, like, that's just how I am. And I found most people aren't that way, but it's okay. Like, we meet everybody where they are. I was like, I need to do this. I've got to do this for my family. So if you achieve gold, senior gold, ruby, or ruby in your first 30 days, all the achievement bonuses will be doubled. So basically, if you can get 20 people, not level ones, I'm not saying level ones, but 20 people to join your team in the first 30 days that you join, you are going to have all your bonuses doubled. So that means instead of $100 for silver, you get 200. Instead of gold, 250, you get 500. So what is that? $500, $600, $700 right there extra. Plus, you're going to get all the Friday checks. That's going to add up. Plus, if you get your points, so it adds up. There's tons of people in our company who have fast started gold. The reason why I didn't know about it, I kind of knew that, but I thought I had to have 100 points. I thought my first 30 days, and I was so confused by this. I was like, okay, I get that you have 20 people on your team, but how did you get 20 people to have $100 over their welcome pack? I mean, that's like ridiculous. How did you do that? They're called mock points. If you fast start, they have to get a welcome pack, but they don't have to have, that's the only time it'll count for you. They call them mock points. So if you get 20 people with welcome packs, that will count for you. There have been people that even fast started to Ruby, and there's even a man who fast started to senior Ruby in his first 30 days. That's craziness to me, but it's possible. I'm just telling you because you want to know it's possible. There was a lady, she's an older lady, a pastor's wife, this sweet lady, she joined and decided that night to have people in her church come over. She's like, I just did this thing. They all came over and she went fast start gold in a day. Like a day. Oh no, she said 4 days. 4 days went fast start gold because she just had an event and she got the opportunity in front of all these people. And so for me personally, we do lots of online type stuff. I'm always like this Sunday night, we're having a Facebook event. Like all I do, you guys, is invite people to stuff. I just invite people and share the opportunity. And if they want it part of it, then awesome. If not, it's okay, So it's just a matter, so much of it's mindset. And if I could do it, you can do it. So that is, I'm going to stop share. And I will take any questions. Oh, we have more friends. Hi, guys. I didn't know everybody was on here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording just because it's probably so long.